Okay, guys, so hopefully you've already completed your warm up in your Google Classroom that's available. But we're about to jump into this lesson starting with student task number 2 called More Treadmills. It says some students did treadmill workouts, each one running at a constant speed. Answer the questions about their workouts. Explain or show your reasoning. It says Tyler ran 4,200 meters in 30 minutes. Kyron ran 6,300 meters in a half hour. May ran 6.3 kilometers in 45 minutes. Number 1 is asking, what is the same about the workouts done by Tyler and Kyron? So the first thing I noticed about Tyler and Kyron is the times. Tyler ran in 30 minutes, or did his workout within 30 minutes. And Kyron, which I'll underline in red, did his in a half an hour. Well, a half an hour is equal to 30 minutes. So a half an hour is equal to the 30 minutes. So you will say that Tyler and Kyron had the same time. Or you could say it worked out in the same time or whatever, but they had the same time. So let's look at Kyron and May. Now, you may have to use some of your other math skills, but May, she ran 6.3 kilometers in 45 minutes. Okay? So, if she ran 6.5 kilometers in 45 minutes, well, how many meters would that be? So I'm going to just tell you guys that 6.3 kilometers is equal to 6,300 meters. If you look at Kyron's distance, Kyron ran the same amount of distance. So what Kyron and May have in common is they ran the same amount of distance. And if you want to put in parentheses, you could put 6,300 kilometers. Okay? You could put it in parentheses or whatever. Just make sure you understand they had the same amount of distance. Now, May and Tyler, I really didn't notice something that they had in common. But if I had to pick one thing, I would say that they completed their workout in less than an hour. They completed their workout in less than an hour. So it took them less than an hour to complete their workout. Okay? So that's the things that I noticed about what they had similar to each other. Now let's look at question 2. Question 2 is asking, at what rate did each of them run? So when they're talking about a rate, they're trying to figure out, well, how far do they run per hour? Now you could do per hour, you could do per minute, however you see to do it. You could do it the way you want to do it, but I'm going to find out how far did each person run in 1 hour. Okay? So I can use a tape diagram to represent this or to represent the ratios, but I think I'm going to do a tape diagram to provide you guys with a visual. So I'm going to do a tape diagram in red representing Tyler. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram representing 1 hour. So this whole tape diagram represents 1 hour. Okay? And you have to understand that 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So you understand that a half of tape diagram is representing 30 minutes. Okay? So you have to understand that a half an hour is representing 30 minutes. So if Tyler ran 4,200 meters in 30 minutes, well, what would you think he would have done the other 30 minutes if he kept the constant speed, if he kept his constant speed? If you guess 4,200 meters, you are absolutely correct. So if I wanted to find his unit rate, I would say I would add these two together, and I should get, he ran a total of, and I'm going to show you guys that I'm adding it together so you guys don't be wondering where I get this big number from. So he ran 8,400 meters in 1 hour. Okay, so that's his rate. Okay. So we could do the same thing for Kyron. And for Kyron, I'm going to do his color in blue. Okay, so Kyron, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a tape diagram for Kyron. And the tape diagram is representing 1 whole hour. Okay. Remember, half of the tape diagram represents 30 minutes. Okay, and this would be 6,300. 6,300 meters. Okay. So when I add those two together, which I'm going to go this way, and hopefully I have enough room for me, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. But I should get 12,600 meters, and I should be, his unit rate would be 12,600 meters in 1 hour. Okay. Now I'm going to work on May's one. I'm going to do hers in green. Now May's a bit different. Okay. So May, she didn't have a half an hour. She did 45 minutes. So I want to break that down into sets of 15. Why do I want to break it down in sets of 15? It's because those create equal parts. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So this is May's tape diagram. And let me scroll up just a bit so you guys, so we can have enough room to do hers. But May's tape diagram will be into 3 equal parts. Okay, and then I'm going to add another 15 minutes to represent the hour. And I'm going to explain that. So this is May's. So with May's, I have to do a little bit more work than I did compared to the other ones. So what I want to do is I want to divide 6,300 divided by 3. And why I want to do that is I want to find how much each equal part would be. So 3 would go into 2 times, which would give me 6. Then it'll go in there for 1 time. And then, which I know you guys can't see this, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be 1,002 or 2,100 in each set of 15 minutes. Okay, and the reason why I chose 15 is because when I multiply 15 times 4, it would give me 60 minutes, and 60 minutes is 1 hour. Okay, So if this all 4 pieces represents 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, I'm going to put that in parentheses. What piece would I put, or what would I put into this part of the tape diagram? If you guess 2,100, you are absolutely correct. Now, what I want to do is add all of that together. And when I add all of that together, it's going to be 8,400 meters. Okay, in 1 hour. Okay, so Tyler had the same rate as May, and Kyrie seems to have run further. So let's jump to the next page and see how far. Does it say how far did May run in her first 30 minutes on the treadmill? So let's reference back to her tape diagram. In her first 30 minutes, and I'm going to kind of like highlight it for you guys so where you guys can see. This would be her first 30 minutes because 15 times 2 represents 30 minutes. And within 30 minutes, she ran, and let me go back to her tape diagram so I can get those numbers. So it's 2,100 plus 2,100. So 2,100 plus 2,100 will represent her first 30 minutes, and that would give me 4,200 meters. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you visit your manager session or feel free to rewind to watch this video.